Boy, it's getting dark sooner and sooner every single day. You can tell it's fall. Welcome to the garden tour for early October. Lots of yellow, lots of brown, and the leaves have begun to fall. Pretty much, they started this week. Let's get down there and take a look. Da-da-da-da-da-da. The leaves started to fall at the beginning of this week. The oak is always the first one to go. Pretty soon that great big maple, well, that's usually the last one, maybe at the end of October, beginning of November, and it all falls in the garden, and then it composts itself and it becomes wonderful soil next year. So let's dive in and take a look at what we got going left. As you can start to see, you know, I really did not do enough with this kale and Swiss chard. Next year we will be planting much less, a different kind of lettuce, a quarter of the Swiss chard, and probably the kale too. We're just not utilizing it. Maybe we will later, who knows. Did use up the other cauliflower heads and 1.5 of the Brussels sprouts. So these are a late season plant. As you can see, I mean, look at that, looks terrific. Half of this one was rotten, but the top half was great. And then there was one that was right here, and I ate it at the beginning of the week. Some pictures of that on Instagram. It's quite good, quite good. My weeds are doing really well, and the peppers, just a huge disappointment. There are a few decent ones over here. Some endo season, like this one right here. This is an actual decent pepper. That's the size that it should be. It's about as big as my fist. And Bridget will like that. But they need sun. What can I say? We'll probably chop these up, the smaller ones, and freeze them for cooking later on in the season. Great big eggplant in here that I'm probably just going to use for seed. Beautiful. And then the pumpkins, which we'll be picking soon, these tiny little Chinese miniature pumpkins. I'm gonna let these go until we get a frost and pull them off. I just got 2. I thought I had 3, but I don't. Again, they probably, oh, here we go. Ta-da! They probably needed more sun. That's okay, it was an experiment. We had a storm, pretty big windstorm, and it knocked over, it cut some of the sisal wire. That's okay, the tomatoes were mostly done anyways. Obviously the vines here for the melons, they've been done for a long time. I probably could have taken this whole apparatus here out last month or a month and a half ago. The ground cherries are all done producing. They've been done for a while. There are still a few on the ground. Let's see. Should be able to find one. Yeah. Let's see. Like this one here. So I might be able to get the scrounging harvest, you know, another couple cups worth. It tastes good. Pulled out a giant radish earlier that I had just been letting grow. Didn't eat more than 1 radish, and they just tasted horrible this year. Next year I need different soil, and they'll actually grow into radishes. The raspberries have been fantastic. I swear we've gotten at least 20 cups of raspberries, and I mean, there's another harvest or 2 to go. I mean, just look at that. And it was like that all around this thing. Just so many bees, so many raspberries. So let me back up and give you a perspective on this as I'm stepping on the ground cherries. So this is about 10, 12 feet here. I'm going to next year probably do something as big as this, and it might be a border over here, or I might put it in front here as we expand this area. Not sure. But I'm leaning towards just making a lot of raspberries because they're our favorite. Let me know what you think about that. I can pull out the cucumbers. I could have pulled this off a while ago. Did you check out my Home and Garden for Mere Mortals video on seed savings? Well, how do you think of that? The rhubarb is beautiful. I didn't harvest pretty much any of it this first year, just wanted it to get established. I will probably do a harvest and make some jam though before the end of the month. The gooseberry plant looks fine. Maybe we'll get something next year. And I did do some soil treatment, and the blueberry plant, some of it died, but some of it is coming back. So we'll see how this looks in the spring. These Egyptian walking onions were the most amazing transplant ever. I have a feeling there's going to be a ton of them next year. Strawberries, you know, once they stop producing, I let it go to pot, and I am... That maybe that's a Midwest expression. I just sort of let it go and it got ruined. If that didn't translate, my apologies. Anyways, I don't think I'm going to do strawberries next year. I think I'm going to give it up. Beans! Nothing but beans! Love beans. I picked a whole bunch of these and I'm drying the seeds in the basement right now. As you can see, they've been done for a while. They're pretty much transparent. Those great big leaves have withered and fallen off. Really pleased with the beans this year, like incredibly pleased with the beans. I think next year, hopefully, we can have like an arch of beans to walk through. But man, beans were just terrific. And that's how the garden looks. Hey, take a look at how the neighbor's progress is coming. Isn't that nice? She got some nice trees in there. Good for her. She is, I want to say 92 years old, 93 years old, and she is super independent and healthy and smart. She's a treasure trove of knowledge. Anyways, it's a pleasure to have a nice yard to look at next to ours. So next year, you know, this will be expanded out here a little bit more, probably out to here, and then it'll be a 35-foot square. So who knows? Later on, in the winter months when we do some garden planting, maybe I'll be planning for a row of raspberries. Well, goodness knows I'm going to have plenty of shoots to transplant. It'll look a lot different. There are many things that I learned this year, such as don't plant Brussels sprouts and cauliflower too close to each other. I thought I did a great job of not overcrowding this year, but it turns out I still overcrowded things. It's amazing how much everything grows and how different it looks even 2 months into the planting season. So next year, I guess minimalism is going to be a focus. Even though it's going to be a bigger garden, we'll see. So this was your final garden tour. I hope you enjoyed it this season. Goodness knows I had a wonderful time sharing my growing experiences with you. So what were some of the highlights of your garden? Be sure to let me know in the comments section below. It's been a pleasure talking to each and every one of you who enjoy seeing what I'm doing and who enjoy telling me about your stuff. The next video for a garden tour will probably just be me tearing everything down and turning the soil. And I think some of that is going to be for my Home and Garden for Mere Mortals video about prepping your garden in the fall so that it can be the best garden soil for next season. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I'm the Midwest Man Mountain. Thank you for subscribing, and until next time, bye!